Hello Aries, thank you very much for tuning into your general read. For the main part of the read, I'm using Witch's Tarot by Ellen Dugan. For supportive oracle cards, Queen of the Moon Oracle by Stacey DeMarco. Already shuffled. Let's go ahead and see what we got. Okay. Aries, 2, 3. That's interesting. Transitionals. Okay, so that's it. That's it. Okay. Excuse me. Already with the hiccups? Alright, let's see how this goes. I don't think this is going to be bad. So what the hiccups are about, I'm not sure. Maybe I just got the hiccups. Typically that's like it's one of my triggers to let me know there's negative energy or difficult negative, whatever. I'm not... Alright, keep going. I don't know. I feel like it looks good just from the cards, but like I'm getting the negative energy trip here. So we'll see. You're coming in with the Ace of Pentacles. Something like you established something fully connecting to this, like you're going to hold to this for a long time. You got involved with this situation expecting to build it and continue with it. Like, to say this correctly, you got involved for the long haul. And you didn't really see an end in sight. You got involved thinking it was going to be a staple in your life and it was going to stick around for a good time, for a good long time. That's why you got involved with this situation, whatever it is. Now, as you got involved, the Beauty card was in the environment, and the Hermit card was what was actually happening. As you're getting involved, you're like, yeah, I'm going to do this, I'm going to stick with this, it's going to be something I don't see ending. It should go on indefinitely. That's kind of your thought with it. It should go on indefinitely. And there was a lot of thought getting involved with this situation. The fact that the Hermit is in the environment and the Beauty card is here, it's kind of like... The Hermit being in the action line makes me feel like there was a lot of thought getting involved here. A lot of planning involved. And, like, there was a lot... See, the Beauty card in the environment, I'm not sure if I like this or not. Because I feel like best foot forward type energy. Like, people were presenting things to you and showing you the positives of a situation, the goodness of this situation. And that's what you were building on. And you're just like, this makes sense. Let's do this. This should go forward well. This should make sense going forward. You had a plan. Like, there's a lot of thought going into this. And as you kept going forward and you did the work to make it happen, you had a lot of thoughts about, all right, this is making sense. This is going well. With everything that's going well, I can build forward on this and I can make new possibilities, but the base stays the same. It's kind of like you keep building on the same foundation and you're changing things on the foundation, but the foundation always stays the same. The foundation, like you're always in the same position, you always have this to rely on. What you build on top of it may change, but the base always stays the same. You have a lot of ideas and you make good on that. And what I'm getting is, for a while, this seems to go very well. You have a lot of support in this. The base seems to stay intact. As long as the base stays intact, you keep doing this, this seems to go well. The thing is, it's kind of like an earthquake hits your situation. And you have the Five of Wands hit. Literally, it's like there's a crack in the foundation. It's kind of like, it doesn't even have to be an earthquake. It's just like something underneath the base doesn't hold up and the base gets a nasty crack in it. And what you expect to stay stable, what you're building off of, now is damaged. Is not as reliable, and you've got like, it's like a crack in the base that water is seeping up from. And you're just like, this is ruining everything. This is screwing things right up. It's an unexpected change. Literally an unexpected change to the fact that, like, it's really not your fault this is happening. It's just flat out not your fault. The base, whatever the baseline here was, it snapped. It's like the base has been damaged and it's no longer usable. Because of this, your first reaction is the Six of Swords. But when I'm feeling the Six of Swords, it's kind of like, let's retreat, and I have to get away from this for a moment, but you're not feeling like you have to give up on it just yet. You're not surrendering just yet. It's kind of like, all right, the base is broken. I have to get out of here for a moment. I have to reestablish my base somewhere else for now, so I can come back to this and really assess it to see if it's really as bad as it looks, or if there's something I need to do to correct it. So you step away with the Nine of Swords, kind of like, I have to step away for now, but you haven't completely given up on it just yet. You're just like, I'm setting up base somewhere else for now, so I can readjust, so I can reevaluate the situation from a third-party perspective. What I'm getting, though, is when you do step away and you take a minute to breathe, you come back and look at the situation, and the base of the situation is too damaged, and you have to give up. You get the Death card. You realize that I have to give up on this. I have to let it go. You have to surrender to it. I don't feel like there's a way around it, really, unfortunately. As we keep going forward, I feel like you realize you have to accept the surrender. It's kind of like, I can beat my head into the wall about it, or I can literally just let it go because it's so far beyond, there's nothing left to do with it. I feel like this is a good decision. I feel like other people are supporting it. Like, there's nothing left to do. It has to be done. The King of Pentacles showing up in your environment is saying accepting the situation for what it was. It's kind of like, and the situation has changed. You have to deal with what's new here. It's like advice from someone else. When I'm getting this King of Pentacles, it's like somebody saying, you know what? You did the best you could, but you got to accept your new circumstances and move on from this. I just feel like that's another person. Like, this is a third party evaluating the situation, saying, you know what? This is what you have now, and this is what you have to do. It's somebody else giving you advice, saying, no, this is kind of spent. This has been done. And I'm getting like you're going off into new vistas, and you have new choice. You don't like it, is what I'm getting. Not because there's new possibilities, but it's just kind of like you were happy with what you had, but it's kind of like the rug was pulled out from underneath you. You got two cards face down here. And I feel like this is leaving a bad taste in your mouth. These cards are upside down. Okay. You got the Four of Pentacles and the High Priest upside down. Like, you're not really comfortable setting roots into something else. You're kind of feeling like you played by the rules and the rules worked against you. That's the Hierophant upside down. And that's like you're having a reluctance to really latch on to something else because you're like, I felt like I knew what the rules were before, and then the rug got pulled out from under me. It's just having a weird feeling. It's going to take you a while to come to peace with this, even though it's done and it's moved on. It's kind of like that wild card feeling. It's like for everything I planned for, there's always something I don't see. And I'm kind of feeling like they're saying this literally is not your fault. You did the best you could. You really did everything you could. You tried to hold to the rules. You did everything. Like, I feel like you practically did everything by the book. And it's still, the rug got pulled out from under you. They're saying it's going to take you a while to really recover from this. It's going to be a while before you're ready to really latch into something again like this. This situation, like, really hit you hard. They're saying give yourself time. I feel like that's the big thing with this reading. Give yourself time to kind of mourn this situation. Even though, like, nobody actually died is what I'm getting. The situation, like, you had to let it go. So that's the negative feeling I'm feeling here. That's why this is rough. This is very upsetting. This is very hard to deal with. They're saying you got to give yourself time to grieve this situation because things you wanted, things you thought were going to happen were just snatched out from under you. And it's just kind of like roll of the dice type situation. They're like, life does this, and you need to give yourself time to just grieve it. The 5 stages of grieving, if you want to look those up online, you can find those quickly, I'm sure. But basically, that's what has to happen. You got to grieve the situation and allow yourself to grieve it and feel bad for it and let it go. It's going to take a while to let it go. And they're saying there's nothing wrong with that. But the big thing here is to realize you did nothing wrong. Because I feel, again, that's a big piece of this too. Not only do you have to let yourself grieve it, but you need to accept that you didn't do anything wrong. Literally, you did nothing wrong. This situation just got out of your hands. It's just coming to peace with that. All right, I think that's the whole message for this. All right, I'm going to shut this down here. I hope that helps. Thank you for watching. If you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James, the number 4, astral@gmail.com. Thank you.